Saw there are some wild results everywhere in college sports. Maniscalco gets it over the timeline. Bob Wischusen and Stephen Bardo here in Champaign. A 9-point lead for Illinois over Gonzaga. 3:20 to play. And Robert Sacre just fouled out as we went to break. So this has become a chore for the Zags. Under 10 to shoot. Paul, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Crosses over. And the long rebound ends up with Gary Bell.
Solid defensive possession this time by Gonzaga.
Bell down the lane with the left hand. Gonzaga not going away with 2:50 remaining.
Oh, Gary Bell has been impressive. He's made plays every time Gonzaga's needed a big play, whether defensively or going to the bucket. He's able to get it done.
7 points this half for Bell. Great defensive pressure on Paul that forces Bruce Weber to call timeout from the bench. Well, this happened just before we went away. This is the last foul on Sacre.
And you know what? He got away with that in the first half. Myers Leonard set up beautifully, received the contact. I know Gonzaga didn't like the call, but I think that was the appropriate one in that situation.
He had 14 points and no fouls in the first half. 2 points and 5 fouls in the second half.
Yeah, it's an accumulative effect when you throw 3 big bodies at Robert Sacre. Jimdy, Nana Ikwu, and Tyler Griffey's even had his opportunity as well. So that's 4 bigs running their bodies at Robert Sacre. I think it wore him down, took a cumulative effect in it. That last foul, he might have had a little bit of frustration there trying to establish himself.
So a smaller lineup on the floor for Gonzaga. Illinois trying to move to 8-0. Gonzaga is at 5-0. So a pair of unbeatens. Both already with some quality wins this year. Both coming off of arguably their most impressive wins in their last game. As Illinois beat Maryland on Tuesday and Gonzaga a 20-point win on Wednesday over Notre Dame. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Maniscalco goes to work. A little hesitation dribble with the left hand, plus the foul around Pangos.
Well, you talk about impressive. Go, slow down, go again, use your strength. Seniors, once again, are coach's dreams.
Three-point play for Sam Maniscalco, and a big one. It pushes the lead back up to double figures.
I've been impressed with the Illini this afternoon, Bob. They've answered every challenge by Gonzaga to push this lead back out to double digits.
Myers Leonard, though, picks up the foul on Elias Harris. That's the 4th on Leonard. And the 8th team foul against Illinois. So that puts Harris back at the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Elias Harris goes to the line shooting 1.
That's the best case scenario for Gonzaga right there. No clock off, no clock running. Free throw opportunities for Elias Harris and pick up yet another foul on Myers Leonard. Illinois right now, understanding Gonzaga's going to score, or try to score rather quickly, whether via the 3 or getting to the rim.
1 of 2 at the line, but somehow in traffic, Gary Bell for a moment had the loose ball. Bodies all over the place. Bell is hurt as Mike Hart almost tripped over his teammate. It ends up with Illinois, but an injury timeout. That's the 2nd time we've seen a Gonzaga player go down on this end of the floor, as Sacre was injured in a scrum earlier as well.
And he's grabbing his knee, and that's not...
His right leg got caught underneath Myers Leonard. Right there. Leonard trapped the right foot of Gary Bell in that scrum, and Bell twisted his knee.
We've seen a few situations where there's been loose balls. We saw Sacre get his neck pushed back a little bit.
So Sacre has fouled out, and arguably the best defensive player that Mark Few has, needing to be helped off the court, can't put any weight on that right leg.
Bob, it may be beginning of December. It may be non-conference, but this has a feel of a Big Ten game. The physicality, the desire going for loose balls. This is not good. They're taking him behind the bench. Doesn't want to put any weight on that leg.
Maniscalco trapped in the backcourt. Turns it over. Elias Harris with the takeaway. And what's the call? Was a timeout call or a foul was called, maybe against Illinois. It looks like a mid-court foul was called against the Illini. It looks like DJ Richardson reached in after the steal, and Elias Harris now will shoot free throws.
The one mistake Sam Maniscalco has made this afternoon, he could have advanced the ball to Myers Leonard to get it across half court. He chose to try to beat the double team via the bounce. Rare miscue by Sam Maniscalco. Surprised the officials have not caught the blood on the leg of Myers Leonard.
And a pair at the line for Elias Harris. Matisse Keita comes on. As now Myers Leonard goes over to the bench, and they will stop play as he's got a cut that you mentioned, Steve, that has a lot of blood running down the inside of his left leg.
And he's got to learn. He'll learn as he gets older. Got to be a little smoother going to the bench and not draw so much attention. When a 7'1" guy sprints to the bench and he's not coming out of the game, that's going to draw the attention of everyone in the building. But big fella's learning.
So Leonard with 4 fouls. Stays in the game. Robert Sacre with 16 points and only a couple of rebounds. He fouled out, picking up all 5 fouls in the second half. 2 minutes to go in a game that's far from over.
And we talk about toughness, Bob. Toughness is taking care of the basketball, hitting your free throws, and making the right play down the stretch. Gonzaga desperate right now. They're going to have to take some chances defensively. See, no spacing right there. Illini fortunate. Good pressure by Gonzaga defensively.
Shot clock at 7. Maniscalco gets Harris caught on a switch with a ball fake. Up and under. Rejected by Harris. 1 on the shot clock.
Good job of Elias staying on the floor, understanding he doesn't need to go for any shot fake. He's got enough size and athleticism to stay down and block that shot.
1 second on the shot clock. They lob it inside and unable to convert, but on the putback is Myers Leonard. Couldn't have worked out any better for the Illini.
Myers Leonard doing the old Moses Malone. Throw it on the rim and go back and get it.
3 for Stockton. Falls. It's a 6-point game with 1:09 to go.
Illini going to be tested handling the rock here.
Ango's called for a backcourt foul. So Maniscalco will shoot.
You had to know this was coming. With 1 second on the shot clock, throw the ball to the rim and the biggest man on the floor go get it.
Team foul number 10 against Gonzaga, so it's an automatic 2 shots for Maniscalco. Gets the roll. Some members bounce. Apparently he's comfortable in the orange and blue.
We saw a team that many thought could be a Final Four threat and a threat to win the SEC in Vanderbilt last night. They had their opportunities on the road at Louisville to show some toughness to close out a game that would have been a huge signature win for them. They missed free throws, they didn't handle the pressure, and Louisville scrapped their way back to a victory. But the Illini here this afternoon making all the right plays.
Stockton has a chance for a 3-point play. So just like that, Stockton has a chance to cut the lead down to 5 with 57 seconds to go.
Well, this looked reminiscent of someone else we know with the last name Stockton. Drawing the contact, going to the hole, getting the roll. Stockton stunting, David stunting like his daddy John.
And these are exactly the kinds of situations last year where we saw Illinois, even with all of those seniors, fail. Last year against ranked opponents, the Illini were 1-7. And oftentimes in close games, kind of got out-toughed down the stretch. Now you've got a younger team, and you said you think a tougher team than last year. We'll see how they handle the last minute.
Brandon Paul is a luxury. Can handle the ball like a point guard. You saw him break the pressure there.
Gonzaga backing up, opting not to foul. 18 on the shot clock. Maniscalco will dribble it down.
High screen and roll, Maniscalco.
8 to shoot. Maniscalco again gets Harris caught on a switch, drives it, dumps it underneath, and Leonard throws it down. How good was that by Maniscalco?
Floor spacing by the Illini.
Stockton has to attack, can't hit, and it goes over the top of the backcourt. The officials will confer to see who will end up with the basketball, but it might be a moot point. It'll stay with Gonzaga, but a 7-point advantage with 17 seconds to go. And that play made by Maniscalco may have iced it.
Yeah, and looks like they're turning the call around right here, so expect a quick 3 by Stockton or Pangos coming off this inbound.
And a timeout called by Mark Few. He has 2 left, and he'll spend 1 here. And during the timeout, let's get an update from our studio. Let's go back to Bram Weinstein. All right, Bram, thanks very much. Double bonus the rest of the way. The possession arrow belongs to Illinois, but with a 7-point lead, the Illini might avoid the fate that befell Purdue. That is a brutal loss for the Boilers.
Two Holloway and Lions, one of the better backcourts in the country, come through again.
There's your quick 3 from Pangos. He can't hit. Leonard the rebound. And a foul given by Marquise Carter. Leonard will shoot free throws at the other end. Under 10 seconds to go. And Illinois is going to end up with very impressive back-to-back wins. In the Big Ten ACC Challenge, in their last game, a 71-62 win over Maryland, where they trailed by 9 in the second half and came back. And today, challenged over and over again by the 18th ranked Zags. And it looks like Illinois is going to hold on and beat Gonzaga.
Well, and they've used 12 players in doing so. And when you can get guys' time and contributions in a game this tight against a nationally ranked opponent, with a young team, this will do wonders in building their confidence and their understanding that they can compete with the nation's elite. And they got tremendous contributions off the bench. Various ways. The Illini should feel pretty good about this victory.
And some curtain calls as well. Now Myers Leonard will get one.
John Salison for Illinois. Replacing DJ Richardson and Myers Leonard.
3 off the front rim for Stockton. Pangos knocks one down. But this will be an Illini win. Your final 82-75. Illinois survives several charges from Gonzaga. 8-0 for the first time since 2005-2006 for Illinois. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Stephen Bardo, I'm Bob Wischusen. So long from Champaign. Let's go to Lawrence, Mark Neely, and Sean Farnham.